Righto, folks, here we are again, and you might think I'm at the Down Under Dubs workshop, but no, he's come down to visit me. So here's Josh from Down Under Dubs.
How you going, fellas?
And today we're going to be working on Loz's bug here. Now, this thing has been a project we've been talking about for probably a year, and just trying to get our schedules together and make it work so we could actually get a couple of days on this car. As you know from the last video, me and Loz, we actually got the gearbox, the trans put in it. But me and Josh today, look, if you haven't watched Josh's channel, you should probably start like now. It's Down Under Dubs. Make sure you hit subscribe when you get on there. And his specialty is the neat stuff. And if you watch his channel, it's very different from mine. But what he does really well. And it's all the nice detail kind of stuff, and his cars win trophies just about every show, don't they, Josh?
Oh, almost.
So look, what we're going to do is we're going to split forces a bit here and try and get a lot done in one day. So Josh is going to be working on just tidying up the engine. You know, the stuff I did the other day needs a bit of work. It's only kind of just there. And I'm going to work on the greasy stuff as I normally do, get under the car, finish all the mounting of the trans. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. This is going to be something different, so stay tuned. Problem number one for the day. I didn't realise these early bugs. I mean, I've never seen a mount like this before. See how it hugs the tube? None of my cars have that, so I don't know. I'm going to have to reuse this front mount, pull it off this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in and out or not. Also, I'm glad I did notice that because we've got the ground strap here that I completely ignored yesterday, so I'll just whip it off and see if I can't somehow not have to pull the trans back out again to make it work. Right, well, this is what I was talking about. I have never seen this mount before. These are what I'm used to, and unfortunately, this looks like a brand new mount. Like, this is what you want to be seeing in a car. This, oh, not so much. Like, this is kind of on its last legs, but this is what I got, so I'm going to use it. Let me know, have you seen this mount? Is this something that like wasn't in Australian cars? Like, is this, yeah, like I've got early cars. I've got a 58, I've got a 259s, and this is what I'm used to, and you know, other different kinds in the later ones. So, but this is new to me. Let me know. Josh is making pretty good headway here. We've had a couple of minor disasters, but if you want to know what they were, you're probably going to have to go and check out his channel. But it's all happening now. We've got the oil cooler going back on, the alternator stand or generator stand going on so we can fit the original tinware. Basically so we can just have 6-volt, you know, and that was something that I wasn't sure how it was all going to work, but he's definitely sorting it out. So I'm going to get back under here. I've got that trans mounted. Just had to kind of do a bit of a segue and clean up a couple of bits for him. But yeah, I've got the things mounted back up under there. And don't forget to put the ground strap on, all right? Just don't forget, mate. Okay. So that's achieved, all under there. That was good. It's not how you're meant to do things. You actually meant to pull the trans out to do that. Next job is I've got a... ooh, that's very loose. That's not good. I've got to unwind this wheel nut and got their little brakes, aren't they? I've got to unwind that and get in there and rehook up the handbrakes that we ripped out yesterday. I mean, we could make this a no handbrake car like all my cars, but it's dangling, you know. So rather than just kind of zip tie that up there, we might actually rehook it up. Oh yeah, I've got to do the front trans mounts as well, finish them off. Josh is making good headway. The tinware's down. There was nearly a major disaster that happened over there, but it's working now, so making progress. Things are exciting. I've had this battery on boil, but I just don't even think it's doing anything. So, I mean, the charge is hot, but it's not showing it charging, so I don't know what's going on with there. One thing I've got to not forget to do is do up this the shift coupler. So I'm going to do that right now, and then we're just going to hope this brand new 6-volt battery that's been sitting in here for a couple of years still has some juice. Otherwise, we're going to have to hotwire the starter to a 12-volt source and then hook it up and use the generator to charge that. Anyway. So I've never played around with these early engines, which is the original, you know, 6-volt engines. Really, I've always had either a 1500 or a 1600. You can see, you know, most of my engines are something around there. And we're finding, you know, the differences. The main difference being, I mean, obviously we've got 6-volt and 12-volt flywheels, but the biggest issue with is that the 6-volt out of those early ones, it's actually a smaller crank size, like the 4 pins are different. Luckily, and it really pays to have a lot of V-dub stuff on your shelf. I had an 8-dowel 6-volt flywheel that fitted onto this 1500 engine. I just don't even know why or how, but I had it and it works. So that means we've got an upgraded clutch. It's a bigger clutch for the 1500, so it's gonna, you know, it's gonna all work better. And these were some of the problems I was kind of foreseeing, and I was like a bit worried about how it's gonna work. But we're pulling it together. We're actually just about to stab this engine in. Josh is just tightening up the clutch pressure plate there, and we're gonna just see if we can yank it in the car. All right, that's all done. That's all done. Clutch cable installed, accelerator cables hanging out. We are literally ready to stab this engine in this car. Could possibly go wrong.
Go.
You're not going to believe it. There was basically 0 issues. Well, there was a couple of minor issues, but you know, let's call it 0. It helps having a hand. I can tell you that right now. I mean, geez, it
made light work of it, that's for sure.
I mean, we were off the jack for a second there. Well, I'm like, we didn't realise that the engine was just floating in midair. But yeah, definitely a lot easier. And you know, that's the 1500 in-laws' car. It looks pretty cool. Josh did all the plug wires. You got some interesting colours there. We're not going to worry about front tinware and that for now. Basically what we're going to do is reassemble the fan. I'm going to get under and put the bolts on it. We'll hook the starter up, and let's just see if we can, you know, plug this thing to life. I reckon we don't have a lot of time left in the day. You know, we've got things to do, but I think we're that close. I think we might get a start on this thing. We are just about ready to kick it in the guts, I think, and by just about ready, I mean ready. We could probably put it back down on the ground first, but I'm pretty excited to just see if we can get it to rip. So let's do it. Righto.
Kick in the guts?
Yep. Go again. Go again. Nothing. Okay.
Is that just there's not enough power there? Is that all that is, or what?
I don't know. It's not sounding like that 8-volt fly. That flywheel doesn't seem to be connecting properly. Why is that? Now I've got 12 volt.
Yeah.
We should just test if we've got voltage at the coil again.
Okay.
Because we might be getting a good feedback of 12 volts to the coil. That's negative. I'll just go up there.
Come on.
Come on, baby. We're not even getting a fire. Okay, so this is definitely hooked up. So that's at 7 degrees. Holy demon, what was that? That was it firing. Holy shit, that just fired like on number one. And just banged through the exhaust.
Why would it do that?
I don't know, because there must have been a heap of fuel in there because it's on cylinder one. So we can turn that key off.
Holy demon.
I've never had that happen before. Oh, that was scary. Woo! I think I caught that too, so you caught it too.
Holy shit.
Oh, that was fun. So that's where it's firing. Right there. Oof, mate.
Look it up.
Oh god, that was good. Well, we know she fires. I'm just going to tighten that up.
That was bizarre.
Let's give it another shot. That's all we can do at this stage.
Alright. Tell me when.
Yep, hit it.
Alright. Fire on the hole.
Yep. Oh, yep. One fire. Give another one. No. Starter.
Start
Yeah, go again, see if it'll hit. Okay, I'm just going to adjust the timing a little bit.
Yeah. That was close, eh?
Yeah.
Sounded like it was just about to go.
Give that a shot. Okay. I feel like we're potentially on the wrong plugs. But you put them on 1 for 1, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So we should be right. So it's either...
I just took one off, one on, so...
Try that. I'll just try...
I mean, putting those on, I screwed them down as tight as I could. I imagine they've all grabbed. I mean...
It's sparking.
Sparking?
It's just we're maybe on a wrong cylinder.
Okay.
Try that one again. I'll just... 1, 4, 3, 2. I'll just check that again one more time. Out right. So that's 1. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, so that's all right. They're all in. Give it another shot. What did I do? I retarded it a little bit, so I'll just try that. I'll just, as you're cranking it, I'll see if I can hit the sweet spot.
Okay. Yeah?
Yep. Come on.
Bastard, come on.
Oh, we're leaking oil like anything.
Are we?
Yep. We're leaking oil out of. Oh, hopefully it's not the rear main. Oil cooler.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. No, that's going to shut us down. That's nice.
Must have been those seals.
Must have been. Yeah, it's not good. I think I'll be able to pull this. I'll have to take them off, but I think I can get this out the front. Something's going to go wrong, that's for sure. Well, we've hit a bit of a snag. We feel like that oil's a bad sign. And there can only be one place it's coming from, which is the oil cooler. Which is, you know, one of them things that happens when you're putting stuff together. There's obviously going to be an issue. We've also got an issue with it's cranking and it's trying to fire, but there's a, issue with the flat battery. That's not going to be a good thing. Look, we're not going to get disheartened. What we're going to do is we're going to drop this thing on the ground and at least we'll get a look at what it looks like sitting down because, that's, at the end of the day, that's all we really care about. So let's do that. Here she goes. Chances are that jack will not come out, but when I say chances, it's definitely not going to come out. There's no way. All right. So what do we need? We need a secondary jack. I'll see what I got. Anyway, that's she's down. And, you know, at the end of the day, now it's got to come down in the front. So hopefully he's got some adjusters there. You can go back up in the back, that's for sure. But it looks good. It looks good. It's got a little donk in it. And I don't think, like, I think I can pull the fan out of the inside. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. So I'll probably yank that out and give it a bit of a muck around. But yeah, no, it's definitely, it's a little bit lower on this side than that side, which is, I thought I would have made this side more tight than that side. So it's a little bit interesting. But yeah. Loz's bug, she's just about there. Yeah, it's a cool looking bug. Look, well, I think that's going to do us for this one. It's been a big couple of days. You know, me and Josh, we've been really smashing it today, trying to get this done. And, you know, it's been a hot day. We've been sweating. It's
been bloody hot.
And anyway, I'd just like to say thanks to Josh from Down Under Dubs. If you guys have made it this far in the video, look, please go over to his channel. Make sure you subscribe. He's also doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to build a channel for the community, Volkswagen community in Australia. There's a lot of us here, but not a lot of us doing this stuff, so it's good to see and good to support each other. And look, I hope we can see you guys again next time. I'll catch you later.
Cheers, mate.
All right, we've got updates on Loz's car. We had an oil cooler leak, which I got a feeling I led Josh in a bum steer. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to oil coolers, there's different kinds. There's, you know, let's just flip you around. There's that kind, which is an early kind. And then there's, you know, this kind, which is, you know, late kind, 1500, 1600. Well, this is out of a 1600 dual port. Now these ones, they have these seals. You know, easy. That one's easy. The early ones have these seals. So I had given Josh these, you know, red seals because I thought they were going to do the trick. But the thing is, when I pulled that one off, I reckon I needed to use, you know, I mean, look, when you get the kit, they come with all the different kinds. And then there's 3 different kinds. There's the smaller this kind, the larger this kind, and the round kind. I've put in the smaller that kind now. And I've tightened it up, and I'm hoping that just gets the seal and she's all done. I actually put a different oil cooler on it. I didn't want to take a chance that the problem was a leaking, you know, actual burst oil cooler or something like that. So anyway, tinware back on. I think I'm just going to crack on for a minute. I don't have all the time, but I've got a little bit of time. So I'm just going to see if I can get this thing back to bolted together, solve the oil leak issue, and we're done. Well, believe it or not, it's a week later. I've hit Friday, and what a week it's been. I mean, you can see me, it's hot. It's just been muggy and hot. I mean, I don't know what the humidity is, but it's a lot. I'm going to say it's up there. Haven't had a chance to look at this thing all week. There's been a lot going on. I've been really busy. I've got a lot going on at work. So Friday afternoon, and I feel like this thing was just about to bark off. I feel like I was so close. Fixed the oil leaks, most of them. They always leak a little bit. But I just want to get it to run. So, okay, so here's what I've done. I've been down to my local auto parts store and I bought myself a new battery boiler. So, you know, this is the good one, not the cheap one like I normally have. Here's the old cheap one. And this thing, she just wouldn't kick on. Like, so I've had this thing for years. It's probably been through a flood. And now I've got this U-Butte little piece of equipment. So what I'm hoping with this one, I mean, it does 4 amp, 12 amp, 26 amp. It's a smart charger, so not sure how that's going to go in the Dust Customs shop, but anyway, cold start assist. So what I'm thinking is that this thing will actually give me a jump pack as well. So I got a 240 volt jump pack. That's what the guy said anyway. So I'm going to put the battery on boil. And, you know, meanwhile, I am going to, I think I'm going to change the Dizzy. I wasn't quite happy with how that was seated in there, and I do have a couple of options. I got this one here that it's a non-vacuum advanced distributor. So I'm going to pull it out and just see if I like it or not. Oh, see that one, if I like it or not. It's got a nice black cap too. Then I'm just going to reassess timing. Make sure that I am firing on one on top dead center. Make sure I don't have it, you know, a lot of times somehow with me it ends up being 180 out. So the 3 is the 1. So I'm just going to verify a lot of that stuff, put this battery on boil, and then come back to this and just see if I can get it to bark off and run. I'll probably try and set a bass tune on the carb as well, just to try and get it so she'll boom and just kick off. All that and more on Friday Arvo at Das Customs. This thing's kind of cool. It has a digital display, and you can see like it's charging it. It tells you how much, let's have a quick look. It's telling you how many amps are going in, how much charge it is, 80%. And this is technology. Impressive. Progress has been made. So we've changed out the distributor. I cleaned up the points and all the, you know, where the rotor button turns around, all those kind of contact points, as well as kind of verified top dead center, and then set the distributor to 1, which is on this one here, which was interesting because before it seemed like, I reckon I was well out. I just actually didn't have time to do the timing before properly. I was just trying to, you know, wing it and just get it to run. I was talking to a fella today about tuning carbies, you know, which I'm no expert at, obviously, but have done a few. And sometimes you just got to go back to the beginning and just see where you're going wrong. Why isn't it running? Okay, let's just double check the, you know, the distributor. We'll kind of do a bass tune on the carby, which I did on this. And the other thing is, obviously, we don't know. It's been a big week, I'm telling you. It's been a massive week. Obviously, we charged the battery, so hopefully we got this thing to just kick in and be good. Well, time to kick it in the guts. Let's hope that battery charger does do what it says. I'll give it a few squirts. Loza did say the fuel in this thing is, you know, probably 5 years old, so oof, that might be my next problem, is actually just getting some fresh fuel in it. It's pumping fuel, it's doing all the things it should. Let's just hope she barks off. Give it a crack. Bark off test number 1. We'll give it a bit of a squirt. Oh yeah, that's squirting. Carby seems to be good. Let's give it a kick in the guts. I think that battery's cooked. I think Loza's mint 6-volt battery is not so mint. So what does that mean for us? It could be 2 things. There could be 2 things going on here. One is that potentially the bush in the trans that the starter engages in is shagged. That's one. Unfortunately, that means yanking out the motor. 2, the battery's shagged. It was having a hard time kicking over with 12 volts, and that usually means that bush is shagged, and I didn't check that before I installed the, well, the starter was already in it, so I didn't really check that at all. You can't get them out the back. You got to get them out the front. You definitely can't put them in the back. Or can you? Do have a couple of them bushes. I'm going to play around with it for a minute. This is where I'm at. I've rigged the charger, the new charger, to Rat Trap's battery. Bypassed that battery, just gone directly onto the cables. And look, I'm hoping that just goes poof and starts. So if I got this thing roughly where it's meant to be, we might see some bark off. Very hopeful, very hopeful. I'll just put some more fuel down it. Set that choke to on. Timing. I'm just going to give it another crank. Almost, but not quite. Let's give it another shot and we'll see why it did or didn't do what it was supposed to do. Timing. Little advance, little bits. Fuel, couple of squirts. Let's put her on choke. Look, we're burning all kinds of stuff off this engine. You know, the exhaust is burning stuff off. I don't want that rubber burning stuff off. I'm going to give it another crack. That seems to be pretty good. I'm just going to leave that choke on for a bit. It seems to be running pretty honky-dory. Let's give it another start. Right, that's interesting. I just disconnected the my battery and she just shut down. So that means we've got, obviously we're not charging through this generator. I might just hook the battery up because obviously we need a full circuit to be able to charge. So I might just hook that battery up and just see if we can get it to charge. Play around with this thing for a little bit. I'm kind of excited because I feel like we've done it, so I'll get back to you. Well, look, at the end of the day, I was hoping to get this thing running and driving, but I've run out of time. It is running. So basically in, a couple of days, me and a couple of mates, we have managed to swap this thing, trans swap this, engine swap this, slam this thing like, it's low. That's very, very low. I don't know how that exhaust is going to cope, but I reckon she's going to be a scraper, that's for sure. I'm going to have to leave it at that. Look, thanks again for watching. Please, if you made it this far, hit subscribe. Give a fella, a shout out. Let me know what you guys are doing. Always here to answer questions. And look, at this stage, I'll have to catch you guys later.